Morning everyone, my name is Michelle. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video. As you can see, I'm inside today. I need to be inside because I'm providing some commentary on a video of someone called Scott E. Skullz driving down Ben Hill Road. It's the second time I've recorded this video, so if I look frazzled, that's the reason why. I don't know why in my first attempt there was no sound. The sound input miraculously turned itself to none. But we should be okay now. Scott E. Skullz. Now, I'd never heard of this guy before, but I believe he's from Michigan, and he's been following the Summer Wells case, and he's took it upon himself in his own time, at his own expense, to investigate Beech Creek. And he's gone all over. And there's a lot of videos to dig into. I've just subscribed to him. He's currently got 1.63 subscribers. So could some of you guys go and sub to him? I don't know him. I've never spoken to him, but he's doing some really good work here. Shout out to Scott E. Skullz. Not to be confused with Scott H., who is a creator who is local to the Beech Creek, Eastern Tennessee area. I'm going to provide some commentary today on his travel down Ben Hill Road. He's got some decent, very decent commentary. Now, I know that JLR travelled down Ben Hill Road in January. But if you can hear noise in the background, it's dogs, by the way. This is really good because he drives slowly, he gets out at one point, and he's really shown us in detail the environment. I truly feel that we're following in Summer Wells' footsteps here. It's enjoyable to watch because it brings to life her road, the road that she lives on. But it's also very sad. So we're going to start off with him turning into Ben Hill Road. He's on Beech Creek Road at the moment. We're going to turn right into Ben Hill Road and we'll take it from there. Scott does want this this content shared. I'm using this under fair use because I'm providing commentary, but he said anybody can use it and share it. So again, big shout out to Scott. Right, let's go.
Ben Hill.
So that's the blue roofed house on the corner of Ben Hill and Beech Creek.
Now, if you look at how close that house is to the road, they're going to see everybody pulling in and out. This grass on the right here is the only spot to park off the road on the whole road. This road is about 8 feet wide at best. It's like as wide as the Cherokee, and that's it. There goes our house right up on the top of that hill right there. See it? And the foliage isn't all grown in, but look how thick it is. Their house is about 50 feet higher than where I am. Maybe 60.
So that's the steep side of the hill. If you remember a while ago, I did a video, I think it was called something like On Summer Wells Mountain or something. And I looked at the elevation change in various areas using Google Earth. And, you know, even within a very short kind of proximity, there's big elevation changes. So, you know, there's some very steep areas and there's some not so steep areas. So this area of the hill that Summer lives on, she lives on a hill, but it's a small hill at the beginning of one hollow, and that hollow goes right up into the mountain. So this is a small hill on a big mountain. On Beech Creek side, it is very steep, but it gets the kind of gradient is much shallower towards Simpson Road, as we'll see. But yeah, you wouldn't want to climb up that side. Why would you want to climb up that side when there's much more easy ways to get onto that property?
I'm repeating what I'm saying in the video, you guys, in case you can't hear it. I'll figure out how to turn up the other ones. It has a drive-through, but not a mouse. So this is a really, look at how it's like a walking path, a nature trail, you know, the paved nature paths. That's how wide this is, like for a golf cart. There goes the sign they put up on the hill right there. You see it?
So it's getting kind of shallower now. The gradient is shallower, and we're coming up to the dog trail.
There's the dog trail right there, about 10 feet to the right of that tree with the signs on it. You'll see that indent in the leaves. That's the dog trail. I'm getting out. Yep, that's the dog trail.
So he is on a public road. Ben Hill Road is a public road, so he's not trespassing in any way. He's not bothering anybody. He's just driving up and he's having a look. So this is the dog trail area, and that's not so steep. You know, compared with the high side of the hill, so to speak, that's not so steep. That I could run up there, and I'm old and I'm not that fit. I could run up there. Obviously, you're going to get in summer when the foliage is high, you're going to get spiked, you're going to get cut, but it's no worse than what I go through when I walk through the secret woods. If you're a regular visitor to my channel, you'll know what I mean by the secret woods. So somebody could get up there, yes. Would they want to? I wouldn't think so. Let's carry on.
That right there is the dog trail. And I'm telling you what, anything steeper than that, you can't climb. I'd have a real hard time climbing up that. Now, if you look, everything's like dead and down. But in the summer, in June, you would get cut up, and thorns and. All right, let's continue. It says here they got 24-hour video surveillance. There goes the creek. There's a pink and purple, like. That's the dog trail right there.
So it's interesting to see a pink something with wheels. Looks like a little kid's tricycle. How did that get down there? Did Summer take it down there? Has it been down there all this time? Have things been thrown around? How have they got there? I think there was toys on the other side of the hill when the heels on the ground people were there. Again, how did they get there? Is it because the kids play all over that hill? Or is there some other reason?
There's where the toys are over the hill right there. There's no way to traverse that from the top to the bottom where they threw them toys over. You cannot walk up or down that. It's too steep.
I don't know. I think I could. But if you're not used to it, if you're a stranger to the area, you're just looking to abduct a child, that is not an easy child to abduct, put it that way.
It's almost like somebody got mad and was throwing stuff over. And what's weird is there's so much stuff. I don't know if you can hear the video, but it looks like somebody got mad and started whipping toys over the hill. That's what it looks like. They're just discarded. I'm walking. You guys can see that stuff. There's the creek.
That creek looks quite high. There must have been like some rainfall.
I said I was zoomed in all the way, but then I figured out how to zoom in further after this. There goes the school bus up there at the top. There's their house. And there's the house. So they can look right out that window right there. See that window? They can look right out. that front window, there's two of them, and they can see exactly who pulls in. And I can tell you right now, they can hear everything. They can hear my truck right now, loud and clear. If somebody was there, they could hear my truck loud and clear, guaranteed. They're right there, and they're on the top of the hill.
So if somebody was looking to abduct a child, would they go to the dog trail, given that the site of the house with windows is so close? I don't think so.
And that window faces right toward the S curve on Ben Hill. They can see everybody who pulls in and out of that road. They've got purple on the tree.
So he ends the video here and starts a new video. So this is him driving down Ben Hill Road. So there's the driveway, and he says it isn't that steep, and it really isn't. It really isn't that steep. But it kind of curls round, and it's like you can go all the way around the top of the hill. So when you turn right, there is a kind of a steeper element to it, but That's the driveway. We've seen that quite a lot, haven't we?
Compared to, just a little bit of driving I did today in the area, there's a lot steeper driveways. There's a lot more dangerous things to get up to get to a house. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a hill up there, but it's not insanely steep.
Because that's the shallower side of the hill, as I said. Like, it's steep up near Beach Creek, but then it shallows out as it kind of travels towards Simpson Road. So if you wanted to abduct a child, why would you go up the steep side, up the dog trail side? Why wouldn't you go around the other side? If you're a complete stranger, though, you might not know that. So let's go to him driving now.
Yeah. Let me pause it for a second.
So what you'll see all along this right-hand side isn't woods, but grassy areas. So a very nice place for children to play on a summer's afternoon. And you'll see this all the way up Ben Hill Road as it goes into the hollow. The right-hand side is grassy. There's quite a lot of it. This is Jodie Sue's hill, by the way. So Jodie Sue lived up that side, and the Wells live on this side. So the two opposing hills at the beginning of this hollow.
I don't know if in your area, if you have walking nature trails that are paved, but we do up in Michigan, and this is exactly like that. When you're looking at it, you can't really tell, but there's nobody passing you. You can't even begin to get by another car. My truck barely fits on this, and it's just a Jeep. It's not like really wide. So if you can imagine a nature trail that's like for walking, bikes, and golf carts, maybe things like that, that's what this is like. And it's pretty well paved in this area, but when you get back, it gets really rough. The truck will always be on Ben Hill Road because I'm not going on private property. Everybody has no trespassing signs. Everybody has video, no this, no that.
See, look at that. Look at that. That's a field. So kids would go and play in there, wouldn't they?
And that hill you see on the left is really steep. There's a ditch, and then it goes almost straight up. I wish it would have stopped raining before this. Now the road gets really bad, right?
It does. It goes from paving to gravel, and it gets narrower and more treacherous. But look at this. Kids would play on there. They would. And we're not up to it yet, but Don Sherfy Sr. says that he's seen the kids, including Summer, saw the Wells boys and Summer, in the road. Sometimes they had to stop for them when they were going out. So if you choose to believe Don Sherfy Sr., you might not, but why would he lie about that? And Jose said that the kids would go out and they'd have to look for Summer. So many places for a little girl to explore. Not in the treacherous woods, not in the scary places, but in open areas very close to her home. She'd be able to see her home from this area here.
Here it turns. And it's a lot longer than I thought when you're there. A mile is a long ways when you're on this little skinny path. I mean, look at the road compared to the size of the mailboxes, you guys, and you get kind of an idea of how narrow it is.
See, all along this right-hand side. Flat. Grass. Now, in summer, unless that grass was cut, it would be higher. But that might be a fun place to play for kids.
And the further back you go, the more narrow it gets, the more rougher it gets. That shed is right on the road. It's about 2 feet, a foot and a half maybe from the road.
And if you remember, one of the scent dogs alerted in a grassy area on a right-hand side of Ben Hill Road. I'm not sure whether it was further down or in this area, but a scent dog alerted. It was near a creek, so it might be a bit further down, but still. Does that mean that Summer was out there on the 15th of June? Not necessarily. It could mean that she was there on the 14th or the 13th of June, out there playing. I've done videos about how long scent lasts, and a good scent dog in an area like this, which is grassy, which is kind of muddy underneath, scent sticks. It's not like a gravel or concrete or paving where scent dissipates quicker. So I can understand if a scent is a week old that it could be picked up by a scent dog looking specifically for summer scent. So I'm not saying necessarily that the footprints and the scent alerts relate to the 15th of June. They could well do. It could mean that Summer was out there. It could mean that Summer was out playing and she got picked up by somebody. Or it could mean that she was out there a day or two before. And what happened to her is absolutely nothing to do with the scent alerts and the footprints that have been highlighted by the search dogs.
Now it's pretty much in just a path. Yeah, the purple on the trees is for Summer, Leandra.
So there's a creek there, actually. You can see the creek there, so I'm not sure if the scent alert was around this area or a bit further up, as I said.
One lane, and it's like it's hard to explain, and it goes up and down. It's hard to tell the topography of it when you're looking at the video, but it does.
It does, actually. If you do the elevation change on Google Earth, the roads aren't straight. They're, undulating. Now we're coming up to Fred's property.
Look at these cars. Look at the size. Okay, let me pause it right here. Look at the size of that truck compared to the road, you guys. That SUV, if you look at the tracks, you can see my mouse. There's one track, there's the other track for cars. So it's like the width of a car. And these cars are so close to the road, I can't believe. This is actually Fred's house. That's on the left. Yeah, that's Fred.
Fred's out there, you guys.
He was actually outside cutting wood or something. I wasn't going to bother him. And the neighbor at the end on the right in the cabin, he was also walking out when I was at the cable they have. And I didn't want to bother him either. You guys, they're just neighbors. You know what I mean? They've been bothered and harassed by everybody and their brother. We don't even know how many people's went back in here.
That's true. There's probably too many. They're probably sick of it, You kind of can't blame Fred for making up a load of nonsense when he spoke to Ziggy. Not helpful, but yeah, I can understand it. Fred the prankster.
It's been almost 10 months, so they're just getting hassled and harassed, and they're tired of it. I bet they wish they never even met the Wells. All these neighbors probably wish the Wells never even moved in there, right? I mean, and they're way past, right? We're almost a mile back in the road, and so they're way past where this all was going on, and you got people like me driving back there. I'd be tired of it. So I just wanted to mind my own, be quiet. I did see two people outside. I didn't want to bother them. Now these cars are like, there's probably 20 of them. There's a good 10 along the road. And then, now just for perspective on size too, look at the size.
What does Fred do with all those cars?
Of that telephone pole compared to the road. This is like a bike path, you guys. Like a car barely fits on it. Look at what it does now. Now it turns into a chew track.
And as it goes up into the hollow, it gets really
Tech,
narrow.
are you talking about me? Am I missing something? How did it make me feel being there? It's scary. I mean, it's not scary like because of the terrain. It's scary because of the houses and how eerie everything is. And then you've got all these signs, and you've got like the, you know, we've got guns kind of thing. And you've got this is under video surveillance, no trespassing, no trespassing, you'll be prosecuted. This property's under video surveillance. And then they've got signs that say no video recording or pictures, which they can't really do if this is a public road. Now, if this is private all the way from 347, then by law, you're not even allowed to film back here, because you can't film on private property unless you have permission, right? It's only public, anywhere public. And these, there was the cabin on the right. This is coming up on the end. Right to my left, there's goats. And there is a pile, if you
I love goats.
Look right here, that is a pile of like asphalt shavings, like ground asphalt. And you can tell that that's what they put on the road to try to maintain it. Now, if you look at this, this is where everybody says the road ends. And on Google Maps, if you look where the clear part of the road ends, and that's the last that Google Maps shows the road, this is where we're at. This is where the trees start on both sides.
This is something that people don't realise, that these hollows, they go right up into the mountain. So this is where the woods become so close to the road that on Google Maps or Google Earth looking down, it just looks like trees, but you can see the tracks through them. You can make out tracks all the way up through these mountains. Every single hollow goes up, right up into the mountains. This gives us a really good insight into what it looks like. Now, he didn't go any further than this, I think quite rightly so, but it just gives us such a good insight into Ben Hill Road. And we can think about, would a stranger choose this road, choose 110 Ben Hill Road to abduct a child from, just a complete chancer, a complete opportunist? There's much, much easier children out there, guys. So I believe if Summer was abducted, she was abducted if she'd gone down the hill, just playing very close. She'd be able to see her house. Someone who knew that area would be able to get into those woods very quickly and away. You know, imagine walking a child down here with a hand over their mouth. You'd be too scared that a neighbour's going to come out and shoot you. But if you know this area, maybe if you live in this area, then you can be off into the woods quick, very quick. So even though there's these grassy areas, the woods are very close. Everything is on the table. So I'm going to leave it there for today. I'm going to do some more videos as I go through Scott's footage. I want to thank Scott for doing this in his own time, at his own expense. This is exactly what we needed to really visualise the areas. He's done an excellent one at the swimming hole, so I'm going to review that and take you through that one. Okay, I've been Michelle. Hope you're well. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.